Hey everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scope for the 28th of August. On the 28th of August, the Sun makes a Sesquiquadrate to Chiron, the Moon enters void of course and also enters Capricorn at 6:10 a.m. It enters void of course at 1:01 a.m. so it stays there for about 5 hours and 9 minutes. And Mars also makes a Sesquiquadrate to Jupiter at 8:52 exact. So if you want to know more about the Moon void of course and the Moon in Capricorn, check out the playlist. So the Sun Sesquiquadrate to Chiron can help us confront our deep emotional wounds and seek healing. It gives us an opportunity to gain profound insights into our inner selves and find ways to address past trauma. So supporting all I said yesterday and supporting the energies that were active and still active for the next 3 to 4 days yesterday. So, but it can also make us feel more vulnerable and trigger old pains as well. So, it's best to use this time to be gentle with ourselves, partaking self-reflection and embrace our vulnerabilities and work towards self-acceptance, because sometimes it's not that other people don't accept us, which is the worst, is that we don't accept ourselves, so them not accepting us too confirms what we think about ourselves, and then it just backs up and sort of like creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if we just accept our flaws, and everyone's got flaws, no matter how perfect they may look on social media and all of that, I think we're all waking up that every single human being has got flaws and goes through things, because we all engage in relationships and things end and people die and stuff like that as well. So we all have to go through these human experiences no matter how much money we may or may not have. So my point in saying that is that I believe, and from my own experience, it's by learning to accept ourselves. It's not, even though I've been doing this in the work, I still have downsides, down days and stuff like that. So it's not like everything's going to totally go away. I'm not going to lie and bullcrap you like that. But learning to accept yourself and knowing your flaws and vulnerabilities does make the tough times more easier. And I can say that for 100%. That's 100% better. So this energy wants us to work on acknowledging and healing our emotional wounds, so we can deepen our connection to ourselves and others and a higher power we believe in, whatever that means to you. On the social level, the Sun Sesquiquadrate to Chiron can make us more compassionate and empathetic to others, and we may understand or take time out to try and understand other people and accept them, even though we may not accept their believed in the same things that they believe in, but we accept them for who they are rather than what they believe. People can be more willing to support each other, but negatively it can also make us more sensitive and prone to taking things personally. So watch out for that. Be mindful of your triggers and triggering other people, but not saying not to address and be truthful, but just be aware and try and diffuse any tension that may come up, or just be understanding. Also, practicing self-care and setting healthy boundaries will be beneficial at this time to avoid becoming overwhelmed by your own and other people's emotions. In terms of career, this energy invites us to reflect on any self-limiting beliefs or patterns that may be holding us back in our careers or educational progress or spiritual development. And by addressing these inner obstacles, we can tap into our full potential and make significant progress forward towards achieving our goals. Because a lot of the time, like I said, it's the beliefs we think about ourselves, and then that seems to be backed up or is backed up by external voices and situations that hurt us and stunt us the most in our growth and development. So the Sun Sesquiquadrate to Chiron encourages us to bring compassion and empathy into our lives right now, and to just be willing to confront any unresolved emotional issues that come up in our relationship, and being open to honest communication as well, and to find healing within ourselves and with our partners or loved ones, to join healing. Said healing can be experienced right now as well by, for some of you, facing your vulnerabilities together with with others can strengthen the bonds in relationships and create a deeper sense of intimacy. It wants us to delve into our subconscious mind and just to seek more understanding and meaning in our life experiences, and to maybe we can meditate or journal or seek out guidance from spiritual mentors. Some of you will do that right now to help you and progress you. In terms of looking after our health, it wants us to incorporate regular exercise and balanced nutrition, and to get the rest that we need into our daily routines as well. Mars' sesquiquadrate to Jupiter also happens today, as I mentioned earlier, and this also supports us taking bold actions towards our goals, pushing through any obstacles that we may be feeling. With the adventurous energy of Mars combined with the expansive influence of Jupiter, we can feel inspired to just move forward and stay optimistic, even though on the surface things don't seem good, but we can be optimistic about the future and the fact that if we take actions and small daily steps to bring in changes, that they will come. It also supports us making thoughtful decisions that align with our values and long-term goals as well. If you're not in a relationship, some of you may be drawn to exploring new connections, or it allows us to repair things in existing relationships as well, which is good, and also encourages us to be proactive in expressing our true desires and being honest in our partnership, so we can create more healthy relationship bonds with others as well. And also it supports communicating honestly and openly as well, which is good, and taking the time out to listen and understand rather than react in the heat of the moment. So all the negative aspects of all today's transits backed up with the positive. So all in all, they support us pushing past our comfort zone, striving for greatness, and some of you may also be inspired to take on new projects or leadership roles as well, because Mars' sesquiquadrate to Jupiter also brings a surge of motivation and ambition, which is always good. Content creators can talk about topics related to personal growth and healing, such as self-care, therapy and spiritual practices as well. Also, content that helps your listeners explore their past traumas in healthy and productive ways, and how unresolved trauma may be impacting our sense of self, as I said earlier, and giving tips on how we can heal our past and get a better sense of self-forgiveness, understanding and acceptance as well. So yeah, that was the daily scopes for the 28th of August.